Hey everyone, my name is Luke Fullion, and this is my entry for UGCZA's Content 101 competition. They gave me a great opportunity to speak a bit about myself, as well as share what gaming means to me as a person and as a South African, so I thought I'd take the opportunity, and I just wanted to thank them for this as well. I'll just share a story or two about myself, as well as, some fun things I've experienced as someone who plays games in South Africa. So kick back and relax and lend me your ears, if you will. But before I continue about what gaming means to me, I need to fill you in on a story to give you some context. And that's when I accidentally started a fight club back in college. And it's not as sexy or as adventurous as like a Brad Pitt sort of fight club where we're beating each other up physically, but it was with Soul Calibur 3 and Street Fighter 3rd Strike, as well as Tekken 7 back in my college days, where we were all stressed, we were all panicking, we all were under a lot of pressure with the assignments, and it was a great opportunity for us to vent and to just talk some smack, play some games, press some buttons. And after that session, I think it really helped the people who joined to feel ready for the next assignment or to get back to work. So I'll get onto that. It all started with just bringing an emulator to college. I was keen to play Soul Calibur 3. I was just in the mood for a game like that because I was nostalgic for it and I played it growing up. I played it with my brothers. And I wanted to play it again, but I couldn't play it on my dumb laptop at home. It wasn't strong enough. But the college PCs were, so I was like, I've got a plan. So I brought it to college. I set it up, and before the college day started, I was playing it, doing my thing, and I was enjoying myself. And then some other people who arrived early were also like, bruh, is this Soul Calibur 3? I remember this. And I'm like, pull in, brother, let's play, let's push some buttons. And it was great because it started with one person, then two people, then three people, and eventually a whole bunch of people are watching, right? So you got this computer desk and his little me, and I'm like, and I'm jamming and I'm playing with whoever's next to me, and you get like 5-6 people all watching, and they're like, oh, what's going on here, what's happening, this is sick, Soul Calibur, let's go. And then the lecturers come in and they're like, hey, what's going on here, and they check and they're like, bruh, is that Soul Calibur? I remember Soul Calibur, let's go. And then they join in, and we got a whole bunch of people jamming and pressing buttons, and and that was just the first day. And my whole life I've always wanted to experience that arcade magic of you see this machine in the arcade, because I love the arcades, but I never got to play fighting games in their prime there. I hear stories about people lining up with quarters and they're like, let's go, let's fight the guy who's the best at this arcade, and they go. I never got to experience that with a community before. Fighting games have always been a very personal thing to me. I'd play it by myself or with my brothers or with a close friend or two. So now to share this with all these people at this college who had the same interest, or just a passing interest as well, it was really special. And we got to have that magic of people crowding over this one little computer with Soul Calibur 3 on it. And in that moment, all the stress and all of the weight of the assignments and things from college were just gone. And it was really special to feel that hype. And then over the weeks, we'd set up tournaments and people would join in, people would practice. We'd talk about frame data, we'd talk about Oki, talk about neutral. And people wanted to learn, so it was really special to be able to share that. I made a lot of friends through that, and who are still in my life today, and I'm very grateful for them. So if anything, I gotta say, man, fighting games are really special, and as a whole, games are really special. I think they can bring people together in a way not many things can. Especially during the coronavirus times where we were all at home. And I know it sounds cheesy, but I've had so many times where someone messages me or I message them and we're like, hey man, let's play a game, and we jam a game, Apex Legends or Tekken or something, and we play for maybe like 20 minutes or half an hour, and then we spend like a whole hour afterwards just chatting and catching up. And I feel like the game was more of an excuse to just hang out with this person and get to talk afterwards, especially when you're playing in a group, and just see how's everyone doing in their lives. Like, hey man, how's the kid? How's the job? Things like that. So that's what games mean to me. Connecting and as a greater whole, just telling a story. A story of how you might feel alone in something, or you feel, oh, this thing is dumb and no one really gets it, and all you have to do is boot it up in a place where people would boot it up in a place where people can see, and maybe one or two of them would care, and you can end up making some friends for life. Thank you for listening to me and my dumb story about starting a fight club. This followed on, by the way, after college ended, and a few of us all got employed by the same company. My one friend, who was part of the weekly fight club sessions, he messaged me. He's like, "Yeah, we don't like play games anymore, or play fighting games anymore, but as soon as you get here, watch fight club start again." And lo and behold, as soon as I got to this company, I was talking to some of the higher ups there, and the new Mortal Kombat just came out. I was like, "You play Mortal Kombat, bruh?" And he's like, "Dude, I love Mortal Kombat growing up." And it's like, let's push some buttons, bruh. And then, you have this thing of like these juniors and these seniors who are normally like, it's hard to be able to talk to each other. But as soon as we have this game in front of us, it's like, it's leveled, and it can be like, "Dude, how did you do that on Sub-Zero?" And it's like, yeah, bro, I didn't know you could do that. That was so cool. And again, we had all these people huddled up in front of a computer, but this time at work, not during work hours, I promise. This was after the day had passed, and we were all getting ready to head home, and we were just talking. And then a week later or so, we got a PlayStation 4 up in there, and then during our breaks, we'd play some Mortal Kombat. And then that was a great way to get to know the people at the company as well, in a very casual way, and a very fun way too. I think that about wraps it up. Thanks again for listening. So have a lovely day further. And remember, games are great, fighting games are great, and you are great. Have a lovely day. Cheers.